All right. Good morning, everybody. It is Saturday morning, June the 13th, 2026. 71 degrees here in Hampstead. Feeling very nice outside. And we've got two deliveries. We got Lenny's and What a Day today. They're both pretty heavy. Pretty heavy deliveries. I actually had to stack a couple of trays in the back today. So let's see. Then on, let's get Rosie going. Wake up, Rosie. Oh.
Connected to YouTube live stream BMCCDBCWOZ4. Connected to YouTube live stream BMCCDBCW.
Okay, she's over there now. Rosie was good to go, but I didn't have my speaker turned on yet. Okay. So here we go. Seatbelts on, lights on. Not for long though. Sun's almost up. And let's get going. Let's get out there and pursue some happiness. Here we go. Here we go. We are going to have to get gas today too. I mean, we're not that low, but it'll be a good day to get it. It's a good day to get it. We probably, yeah, if they've got any deliveries to do, it's the weekend, and so they might have a wedding or something they've got to deliver to. So yeah, I will get gas. Oh, I got a new cup today. I brought a cup thermosy type of mug thing. Try that out. I like it. One, because I can close the lid tightly. And then it's also going to keep but more importantly, it's going to keep my coffee warm. Usually by the time I get down to Lenny's, I'm drinking, less than hot coffee. Let's just put it that way. It's not cold yet. It's cold by the time I get to What a Day. And almost gone. Not to mention the fact that it's almost gone. Yeah, I'm not going to take the turns too crazy. Actually, accelerating and stopping, I probably want to be more cautious of. I don't want to do anything crazy because that one tray is top. Here we go. Here we go. Saturday morning. It's a little quieter. There we go. Let's do that. There we go. Okay. I think we're all good. Hot coffee. Hot. It would have been hot anyway. Even if it was in the other cup, it would have been hot. But I do like that. Plus, think about this. So if I ever go up to Pennsylvania again, and I stop at that Rutter's, I can buy a coffee, but then I can just pour it into my fancy thermos mug. And then I don't have to worry about the lid. That's kind of what pushed me over the edge. So I'm like, I gotta do this. Actually, this thermos was also given to me as a gift a couple years ago. It is the thermos that I primarily use at home. But I'm gonna try it out. It's a little wider at the bottom than I would like. I mean, it fits in the cup holder. That's the big secret. Like, how big does the bottom of your mug have to be to fit properly into your cup holder? Oh, by the way, it's like a very thin little crescent moon. Or as I like to say in the bakery business, it's a croissant moon. What happened yesterday? Did anything happen yesterday? Not really. I worked until 2. It wasn't terribly busy, but it was just steady. I got home. I didn't go out and do anything. It was warm out. Hung out with AJ, went to bed. Went to bed early. So I'm very happy with my sleep. I'm in a good sleep pattern now. It's working for me. One of these days I want to stop and look at that little roadside memorial that I've noticed recently they put up. Are you supposed to look at those memorials? Like, is that considered okay? I don't know. I feel like it is, right? Like, if I had a loved one that had a car accident and we put a memorial alongside the road, which I wouldn't do. I don't think I would do that. I just think it is. I don't think I would actually be someone that would do that. But if I did, if I was, I might. I mean, the purpose of it is to memorialize the person, right? So I think it's okay to stop and look. I want to look at that one because they actually have lights on it. I mean, it's not just, some people just put up a cross or something. This one, they actually have lights on. There is a car coming on this way. There's a car back there. We'll be going at speed by the time he gets caught up to us. Gas prices are still hanging in the maybe high mid 30s. Threes, not 30s. 30s would be bad. High mid 3s, so like 375, 370s. Like 370s. That's where our gas is right now. I was looking at a replay from, I guess it was December or January. Might have been January. And the price was the price had dropped below 250. So we were $1 lower than this not too long ago. But we had just gotten there. Like, we had been breaking. It was exciting when we broke $3, and then we were getting down below 275. So getting below 250 was exciting. And then it popped back up. Wow, we got dramatic music on here today. Today is Saturday. I think probably Sunday night is when they're going to start the work on this road. They said it's going to start on or around the 14th, which is Monday, but it's overnight. The work is going to be done like 8 p.m. to 5 a.m. So I think that means they might start tomorrow night. Because it says they're starting on the 14th, and I don't think they're going to start. See, here we go. Here's the sign right here. 8 p.m. Expect delays. Road work to begin on or about 6:14. I think it's funny that they didn't want to commit to an exact date. They're like, on or about 6/14. We're shooting for 6/14, but if it doesn't happen, we don't want anybody to call and say, hey, what's going on? Music was perfectly timed for our stop.
Who 594 says morning, Craig.
Good morning. Oh, there's a speedy one. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Feels weird. It's 5:30 in the morning and the sun is already pretty much, I don't think it's completely up yet, but it's almost daylight at 5:30 in the morning.
Who 594 says, did you say gas prices are up?
No, they're down. I mean, they're still down. They went down to like the mid $3. I think I've seen them as low as like in the 360s. But right now we're hanging around 375. I am going to have to get gas today, so we'll find out when we go over there. I think my guess is going to be that BJ's gas, like I'm probably going to pay 350 something, I think. So yeah, no, it's up. I think I was talking about compared to like 5 months ago, it's still up. I looked at a live stream from January, I think it was, and the gas price was like $2.50.
594 says delay with Rosie.
She hasn't woken up yet. Gotta wake up. Oh, I saw your comment, and I didn't know that about AI. Actually, I didn't know that you could type that. That is kind of convenient. Because what I do now, what I was doing, I'm going to try that out. I haven't searched for anything, but when I do, I'm going to try that out. I was scrolling down, like if you searched for something, it would give you the AI answer, and then you had to scroll past some other like links to things, but then it would take you down to like the old links.
594 says yes, and also lessons use of AI.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah, I do wonder how that's going to affect the the websites that are frequently accessed for information. Because if people are reading it from AI and they're not going to the site, that's gonna
594 says, I wish there was a way to turn it off for Google searches.
yeah, that would be good. There are web browsers that don't use it at all, or that you can turn it off. Like there's a browser up there. The symbol's like a duck. I don't remember what it's called. Duck. Something duck. Anyway, that browser, I know you can turn it off on that browser. That browser's always been less intrusive. Like, it didn't really follow your activity like Google does.
594 says, I mean opt out of AI.
Right. Yeah. You want to be able to search and not get an answer from AI. Yeah, I kind of like to look at the source material when I'm doing the search. I don't like to just get the answer. And even when I do just get an answer, I usually go down and look at the site where it got the answer from. Because especially today, you've got to kind of see where the material is coming from.
594 says yes. Who 594 says, I don't want to contribute to the use of AI. Donaku 594 says, but I guess it's a losing battle.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about AI. I mean, I use AI. I'll give you an example of what I do with AI. Like, I don't like to search. I agree with you on the results of a search.
594 says, cause it's used everywhere.
Yeah, I think it is a losing battle. Like, to think that they're not going to do it. But yeah, for editing my videos, I use this free software that Microsoft has out there called Clipchamp. It's free. It's pretty easy to use. I guess it's probably not totally free. It might be totally free. I don't know, but it might also. I don't know if it's included in my Microsoft subscription. But anyway, so I was trying to open that app, and I was just getting a blank screen. It wasn't coming up with it was coming up with nothing. It was just a blank screen. And so I tried closing it. I tried doing all the stuff that I do out of instinct when something's not working, but none of that was helping. So I did go into AI and I said, okay, I'm trying to open this application. I'm just getting a blank screen. What's the problem? And it came back with, like, I think it listed out about 5 or 6 different things I should try in order, like try this first and then try this and then try this. And it did solve my problem. like I didn't want to go into Microsoft's user guide and try to figure that out myself, because you can get lost in there. There's a ton of information. So I can't say I don't use AI. I do for stuff like that. I think I just realized you have to be careful when you're asking it for anything that.
594 says, if it weren't for the effect on our environment, I would love it.
Yeah. I think they'll figure that out. Like, I think right now, I don't know the whole water situation. You know, everybody is jumping up and down about water and stuff like that, and I don't know. I'm not sure all the facts have been accurately represented on either side of that argument. So I'm reserving my opinion on that one, because I really don't know. I mean, I saw a guy, a YouTube video. I forget what the guy. I wish I could remember what the guy's name was.
594 says, I mean, it has saved me a lot of money by fixing things myself.
Yeah. If you're asking it something pretty straightforward, like here's an application I have, or here's something I want to do, I think it's helpful. I think you have to be careful when you're asking a question that could be where there could be multiple views or opinions. You know, anything that isn't a black and white type of question.
Who 594 says, I guess I am sensitive because there is a data center going up not too far from me that is causing issues.
Oh, it is? Is it already causing issues? I hear they're very loud. I heard they're loud. I heard they use a lot of water. They seem to be the biggest negatives. I mean, they use a lot of energy. But they're supposed to be building their own power source. At least that's the plan, I thought, to help them maintain their energy. So power, water, and noise. And they're all pretty significant things. I'm not saying that's not worth being concerned about. That's why, I mean, I feel like I know people sound like it's crazy, but I don't think it is crazy what Elon Musk is talking about, putting data centers in space. Why not? I mean,
Who 594 says, yes, loud and spray water in neighbors' yards.
Oh, they spray water? Why would they? I wonder why they spray water. It seems wasteful. Like, why couldn't they just reuse the water? mean, it seems like they should be able to build them far enough away from people. You know, I don't understand why they need to put them close to people.
$594 says, yes, I don't know, but there's a mist that is generated.
Huh. Well, I hadn't heard that. It's interesting. Shift here. You hear a lot of crazy stories out there, though. I mean, I don't know. I really don't know what to believe. So my perspective is I feel like I'm watching, sometimes when I'm listening to these podcasts, I feel like I'm watching a science fiction movie. You know, because you don't really know how much is real. There's my guy over there. Oh, look, I think this means Darren is back. Yes, he is. And the door's going to be open. This is good. Timing was perfect here this morning.
594 says, I heard it from a PBS station.
PBS. All right, let's get the rack. I think he left our door open, so I think we're good.
594 says,
What do you say? Let me see what you did. Dot. She doesn't say dot dot. She doesn't know how to say dot dot. Although I would have expected her to say dot dot, actually. I'm kind of surprised she didn't say it. All right, let's get the tray. Let's get the rack. Good morning. It's a 2 banana day? It's a 2 banana day? Oh, one for him. Okay.
No, that's for me.
Oh, they're his. They're not even yours.
So you cut my bag.
Oh, that's you. So he's going to eat 2 bananas?
Yeah.
A lot.
I think it's that.
I'm a 1 banana guy. They've got this little box set up next to the door, you know, like where you can pick up a little newspaper, a little free paper. And well, I probably should get out of this guy's way. Want me to, you're good? Okay. All right, I'm not going to do the camera today because the bread guy is over there waiting. So I don't want to take up too much time. We're gonna have to sacrifice the video. Oh man. Okay. Yeah. Let's go there. Leave that there. Grab you. All right, I'll see you tomorrow. You're going to be here tomorrow?
Yeah, I'll be there.
All right. Oh, I won't. I'll see you Monday, I guess. That's right. I don't do Sundays. Come on. There we go. All right, guys. Here we go. Let's keep going. We are on our way to what a day. Yeah, the brake guy was waiting for me. Did you guys see him pull up? I don't know. He was on the side. He's the one that pulls in like I was parked. Probably shouldn't park there just in case he shows up. I mean, that's like the first time he's shown up in months at the same time I'm there. But I do feel bad. Like he's the one that parks his truck like right in between the stairs. Or the railings for the stairs. So he goes all the way, he gets his truck backed right up to the steps. All right, here we are. What time is it? 5:40. We're kind of running early.
594 says, is it hot there?
It is not hot. No, it's like 70 degrees right now, so it's comfortable. We're going up into the, I know, I was kind of surprised. I saw somebody, I heard people like up north, it was like 100 degrees or something. Or maybe, no. You know what? It wasn't there. I think it was John. It was like 100 and some degrees, 102 or something. But we've been in the 90s, like the low 90s. So it's hot, but not like crazy hot. And I think after tomorrow, we're going to go back down into the 80s. I think today is up to about 90.
594 says, yes, we had a heat alert.
Jeez. Now what temperature is that? Like is a heat alert close to 100? Deer are in the field. There are less of them today. There are less deer in the field today.
Who 594 says yes.
Yes, it's so weird because we're not getting 100. We're not getting up to 100. I don't.
Who 594 says, but going down next few days.
Yeah, that's what's going to happen here. I think tomorrow might still be in the low 90s, but then after that, I think it's going to go down. And I can tell because sometimes if it starts getting up to 100, the only thing I don't like is when it gets close to 100 or over 100, then my air conditioner at home kind of runs almost constantly, and I don't like that. Like sometimes, even if it is running a lot, I'll turn it off. You know, like I'll turn it off for a couple hours in the morning if I think of it, just to make sure that it's getting a break. It's funny because AJ, when AJ runs around outside and then he comes in, he lays right over an air vent in my bedroom. Or in, well, pretty much in whatever room I'm in, but like if I'm laying down at night, he'll come in and just lay right on top of the air. And then if he jumps up on the bed, his stomach is freezing cold.
594 says, do you have window units or central?
It's central. It's central. We used to have, when I was younger, we had window units. Or we really only had one. When I was little, we had one window unit in our living room. And my mother would put a curtain across the doorway to get, you know, like the walkway to go into the hall and then go back into the back of the house where the bedrooms were. She would put a curtain there. So basically the kitchen and the living room would get the air conditioned air, but the back of the house, you know, because it wasn't a big enough unit to cool the whole house. So we would be, sometimes we'd all camp out in the living room and sleep in. It was kind of fun actually, because we'd sleep in the living room on nights if it was really hot. But yeah, now I have central air. Window units are good. I mean, you throw a window unit in a room and I think they can do a pretty good job. What do you have? Do you have window units or central air?
Donaku 594 says, do not have AC. Donaku 594 says, my condo is partially underground.
Oh, no AC at all. So you don't have a window, or that's now. I'm not. Oh, that makes it a little more challenging to get through the hot weather. Well, does the fact that it's partially underground, like what is the temperature in your house? If it's like in the 90s, let's say it's in the 90s outside, how cool are you able to keep it in your house? Oh, now see, this would be the perfect opportunity. There's a lady over here walking her dogs. If I had my cookies, this is where I would have a cookie. just pooped. She's going to be picking that up. I was going to ride by and say something to her, but she's picking up poop. Wait a second. She's done. Cute dogs. Good morning. I said it anyway. I'm like, I didn't want to really talk to her while she was picking up dog poop, but I couldn't help it. I had to go. You know what I mean? Couldn't be sitting there all day. All right, lights out. Lights out. She would have been prime. Oh man, here's another one. See, this is when I need my cookies.
Donaku 594 says yes, like a basement. Donaku 594 says 78 degrees.
Oh yeah. So it's 78 if it gets really hot. Well, I have to admit, that's about as high as I would want to go. That's very warm. Like I have my air conditioner at the 72. I think some people do it slightly. But I know, like, in the spring before I really turn the air conditioner on, if it gets in the upper 70s, it is starting to feel very warm. And 80, I've had to get to like 80, 82. That's not good. That's very warm. That's very, very warm. I don't like to sleep.
Donaku 594 says I hate the noise of AC unit.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. They make some kind of, I don't understand what it is. I've seen these things that people have like in their house. It's not like a window unit. It hangs on the wall.
Donaku 594 says I am okay at 78.
Yeah, 78 is about as high as I would want to go though. But I agree. You know, 78 is bearable. It's not bad.
Donaku 594 says I do have an Arctic fan that uses water.
I mean, we used to also we had a fan that we would put in the attic, in the ceiling in our hall had an opening where you could get up to the attic. So if we put a fan facing up, like it was blowing the air up into the attic, that would kind of suck some of the hot air out of the house. But if sounds like you probably don't have, if you've got somebody living above you, you can't do that. Blow all your hot air into their house. I don't know. I like hot weather much better than cold weather. I could, there are only a few times when heat kind of gets to me. Like if it's really hot outside and I'm cutting the grass, or I have to be outside for a long time for a while, and then you come inside and it's not cooler, it's still pretty warm. That's probably the only time that I find it uncomfortable. And sometimes I feel like, I don't know if this is just me or this is the way people are, but as an example, when I was downtown on Thursday, walking around, it was hot, and I was getting a little sweaty, but nothing too bad.
Donaku 594 says the fans I have make it bearable.
Yeah, fans are underrated. Fans actually do a pretty good job. But I was I walked around, and then I went down to the subway to ride home. And when I was underground, it's cooler. It's not cold, but it's cooler underground for the subway. It was still warm, but I feel like I started to sweat more after I came, out of the sun and I was in the subway. It was weird. I was like, I got hotter sitting there, and I know I was in a cooler temperature. I think it used to happen to me too when I worked and I would go out and walk on a hot day. I'd go out and walk, I would get kind of hot, and then when I came back in after the walk, sat at my desk, I would go through maybe 20 minutes to a half an hour where I would still feel very hot, and I would that was almost more uncomfortable than when I was outside. It's kind of weird.
594 says it's humid, so have to use a dehumidifier too.
Oh yeah, I don't have a dehumidifier. Do you notice a difference with that? I've never had a dehumidifier. But I wondered about that. Because
594 says, for me, dry air at 78 with a fan is comfortable.
Yeah, I bet it is. Because see, for me at 78, it would be humid. I bet you're right. Yeah, I can see that. I might have to get a dehumidifier.
594 says, try to keep humidity at 50%.
And is that like one unit that you have sitting in a room? Like, how does that work? Do you have to have a separate dehumidifier in each room, or does one cover a large area of the house? Because that's probably a really good idea, even with the air conditioning. I mean, central air kind of keeps the humidity out. But it would make you feel better. The lower you can make the humidity, that makes a big difference. It's amazing.
594 says, I have a small condo, so put in a central spot.
It's pretty good. That might not be a bad thing for me to get. I remember, when you go through like Arizona or those dry states out west.
594 says, do you have a basement?
I do. And the basement is a little bit cooler. Naturally cooler. It's not, it's like, it has the little windows like at the top of so it's not completely underground, but it's, it's only about a foot, maybe 2 feet at the most, that is above ground outside the house. It's mostly underground. And it does feel better to go downstairs. It's not finished. Like, I have it pretty straightened out, and that's where I have like my weights and stuff like that. I have a TV down there and stuff. Like, I do go downstairs and hang out sometimes. But AJ doesn't do the steps. He doesn't come down the steps. And so I don't, like I probably would spend more time down there if he would come down, but he doesn't. I don't know if he's just afraid he's going to fall. I don't know what it is, what his issue is with the steps. The steps that he runs up outside, he can pretty much. It's like 3 steps to get into the house. So I've watched him. He pretty much just jumps, from the bottom up to the porch. Like he doesn't really use the steps. He uses them going down, but not coming up. So I don't know what his issue is with steps, but he doesn't go. The steps to the basement are wooden. So maybe he feels like he's sliding on them. I don't know. But I would spend more time downstairs if he. I could carry him down, but I'm not carrying him down. He stands at the top of the steps and watches me, though. Like when he can see me. I'm at the washer and dryer. He can see. Ooh, Royal Farms is $365.
Who 594 says there are 7 watching.
There are 7 watching. Chilling out. We have a deputy sheriff, right-hand lane. Where's the speaker? I'm not sure what the speed limit is. 40?
Who 594 says it can't be the stimulating conversation though.
Maybe it is. Oh, speed limit's 50. Why are we going 40? I think he's testing me. Let me see if this guy will pass me. Doing it. Do it. We're going a little over 50. That my side with the.
Who 594 says, will you work at bakery after this?
Yeah, on Saturday I do. So I'll probably be there. See, like yesterday, I thought I was going to be there until about 12 or 1. I stayed till 2. But today, I'd like to be done by 1. I'm shooting for 1 o'clock at the latest. I think it's going to be sunny today, all day, like cloud-free kind of sunny. And it's not going to be terribly hot. How about you? What are you up to today? What's on the Saturday agenda? butt. The sheriff is right on my butt.
Who 594 says not sure, maybe shopping and work on making bookmarks.
Oh yeah, the bookmarks. Well, that would be good. What would you be shopping for? Like a fun kind of shopping or a... Well, you know, I think shopping is fun. I like grocery shopping. I don't mind going. I don't need to do that though today. Thank goodness. 'Cause I want to be outside. I need to get some sun. I need to start. Last year I spent more time outside, like sitting in the sun. I haven't done that so much this year. But you should. Vitamin D. What are they going to come and get me?
Who 594 says food and summer classes.
Summer.
Who 594 says clothes.
Oh, okay. I was thinking clothes. It sounds like clothes. Summer clothes. Summer clothes are kind of fun.
Who 594 says cloths.
Clothes. Cloths. Clothes. Cloths. All right, let's call them. I'm going to call them. I think we're earlier than they expect. Stuff to wear. I got you. I understood when you say clothes. You say clothes was right. And they're made of cloth. So all of those statements were actually correct. All right. Come on. All right. There she is. There she is. Good morning. I heard he was looking for some more donuts yesterday.
Yeah, it was so insane yesterday.
With the last day of school or something?
Well, last day of school, and we're running, I cannot be.
Oh,
Running a promotion
yeah.
with our 3-year anniversary. Free coffee, any size.
Oh, I heard you saying something about, I heard you out here saying, oh, do you want a free coffee?
It was insane. Because, like,
Yeah.
before
Oh, my God.
coworker got in, it was just me there for 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And before we even opened, there were like 5 cars in the parking lot. There were like 3 cars lining up. I'm like, no way.
I know. I ride through there sometimes, and like this store down here is not even open yet, and there's cars the whole way.
Exactly. And then
It's crazy.
The count's done. I was like, as soon as my coworker got in, I'm like, we need to figure this out. We need to figure this out. It was crazy.
Yeah. Wow. It's a good problem to have. Busy times here. What a day. Busy times. All right. Go grab you guys. I heard her the other.
EVZWOZ4. Press reconnect to manually reconnect to the stream.
What happened? Why did we lose that? I wonder what happened. It's not a problem. Not a problem. I know how to handle this. Boom. Connections. Reconnect.
Connected from YouTube. Cannot reach YouTube.
Oh, what are you talking about? All right, we'll work on that when I come back out because I can't hear you guys anyway while I'm out there. We'll work on that when I get back. Ow. I wonder why that phone lost. Come here. Okay. There we go. Yeah, it's really, really bright out. Okay, here we go. Donuts. We got a lot. Boston cream. We got the M&Ms. We got the Oreos. We got a couple of just vanilla cream, blah, blah, blah. I don't know if you heard her say they're running some. They must have their 3-year anniversary. So they're running these specials. That's why they've been so busy lately. I mean, if you get a free coffee, right? If you're getting a free coffee, you might as well get a donut with it. You know what I mean? Sounds like a plan. Oh, here we go. The chocolate glaze. This is their big seller. I think we have some crazy amount of these too. Look, it's 2 whole trays of just chocolate glazed. It's simple and delightful. M&Ms, chocolate M&Ms. All right, I got more donuts back there. Oh, there we go. Mostly glazed. All right, let me get the donuts first. There's another 20 glazed. 20 glazed donuts flying in from the right. From the left. No, from the right. I don't know. You guys might be looking at it differently than me. And here we've got some beautiful cream-filled. Oh, look, see, she's making these new ones. See the little tiny, that's a new version. They're like little dots. We're first to see them. It's inside information. Inside Donut World information. That's the end of the donuts right there. Then you got cronuts. And some cinnamon buns. Let's go with this. More Danish, big Danish, couple last 2 big Danish, a bunch of mini Danish. And last but not least, big Danish. Big Danish and some cinnamon buns. Big Danish and the cinnamon buns. That's it. Let me run in there real quick. Get this done. Good morning. I'm good. How are you? All right. Have a good day. All right, let me do this. A lot of trains. A lot of trains. It's because they were busy yesterday. Look at that. Look at that. All right, let me run in there for a second. So we're going to stop and get gas. We can make little animals. Shadow. Got everything. Did you see me make that little shadow puppet? I don't know how to make a shadow puppet. I mean, I'm pretty sure I could probably figure it out, but all right, let's see what we got here. We got to fix this. We got to reconnect. So, hopefully you can hear me. It looks like the video is working, so I don't think that's a problem. Here we go. Let's try the reconnect again. If that doesn't work, we got another.
Connected from YouTube. Cannot reach YouTube.
Okay, I hear you. I hear you. Let's try a reset.
Connected from YouTube.
Okay, we're gonna try resetting this. Connect to YouTube. What's your YouTube handles? And Craigford 1, right? Isn't that one?
Active YouTube live stream was found.
No active live stream was found. But I know there's a.
Connected from YouTube. No active YouTube live stream was found.
Do you guys see me? All right, backup plan. Let's try this. Technology is not going to get us. It's not going to happen. Let me check this. My channel. All right. Yeah, there we are. All right. So I know you can see me. I know you can hear me. The question is, why didn't that? First, let's see if I can get. All right. So now we're on my backup phone. Backup. We're calling it backup. Calling it backup. Seems to be working. Good heavens. Okay. I think now all I need to do now is take her. I think this one's working. So what I'm going to do is put the speaker on now. I think I have to reconnect this. All right. Which one is this? This is called the clip tray. Here we go. Okay. I believe we're back in business. I don't know why. So the last thing I see that you... Good morning. Okay.
207 says good morning.
Yeah, dog, it's working. Good morning, Suzanne. All right, we're on our backup. We're on the backup phone, but that's why we have it. That's exactly why we have it. So I don't know what happened to that one. But nevertheless, here we are. Okay, so we just finished the delivery to What a Day. They were both very heavy deliveries today, by the way.
594 says morning, Susan.
We had Lenny's was a pretty big delivery. And I couldn't get out and show you guys that delivery. I just had to do it because we had the bread guy waiting for me to leave. I pulled into his spot the way he usually parks.
207 says morning, Donna.
So we did Lenny's pretty quickly, and then we headed over here. We got this one done. And now we're going to stop. We're going to go get gas. Oh, here's the thing. Look, don't they open at 6? I don't know, I guess. Look, there's nobody in here right now. All right, we're going to get gas, but remember this. Keep this in mind. I'm just going to say it now, and that way I can forget, which I probably will do. And then maybe somebody will remember. But what will happen is the backup phone doesn't have a cell plan. So it is reliant on the Starlink. And when we stop to get gas, Starlink becomes disconnected. So it is possible that while I'm at BJ's getting gas, I might not be able to hear you, but I can turn that back on as soon as we get back on the road. So that's the only thing about being on the backup phone. It doesn't have the cell connection. And I can do like a hotspot. I don't like to do the hotspots. Hotspots use a lot of energy in the phone. Like the battery drains the battery a little bit more when you're using it as a hotspot.
594 says Roger.
Roger that. Or is there a... All right, here we go. Here we go. Look, this car seems to be... Look, I don't like this car. This car is making me nervous. I don't like that car. He was like swerving around. Did you notice that? I didn't like that at all. He's not driving well. Of course, now the guy driving behind me now, if he wasn't paying attention to that other guy, probably thinks I'm the one that's a little crazy.
594 says making coffee BRB.
All right, sounds good. I'm still drinking hot coffee here thanks to my thermos. First day with my thermos. Are you getting heat? Are you having a little heat wave up there? Seems like it's hotter up there in the northeast areas than it is even here. Like we're not hitting the high 90s. Maybe we're going to be in the 90s today. I don't know, but it seems like it's hotter up there for some reason. And it's hot in North Carolina. Yesterday I was watching somebody in North Carolina that was at was saying it was like 100 degrees, 102, I think.
Listener 207 says yes. Yesterday high 90s, same with today. Broke down and put AC in.
In or on? Did you like have it installed? Did you put a window unit in or something? Or did you just turn it on? In or on? That valve can make a big difference in the meaning.
Listener 207 says both.
No, both. In and on. Yeah, I don't know what's up. I don't understand why it's so warm up there. Well, you know, I mean, it's warm down here, but it doesn't seem like it's crazy yet.
Listener 207 says I did it for the cat. She was most appreciative.
I did it for the cat. Yeah, I was saying earlier that when I have the air conditioner on, if AJ, my dog, has been outside for a little while and he comes in, I mean, I usually have the door cracked so he can walk in and out. You know, I don't like to, even if it's hot, I don't like him to, you know, like because his hair is black. So if he's in the sun, he gets very warm very quickly. But he comes in and lays on top of the air vent. This truck up here is making a right-hand turn. I hardly ever see people, you very rarely see people making a right on this road. Because it kind of takes you right back to where we just came from, except maybe 3 miles, 2 or 3 miles south of where we were. So like that road, he just made a right. And that road's going to take us back to the road we were on where What a Day is located. But maybe 2 miles south of What a Day. It's kind of weird. I have a girl following me, and I can see in my rearview mirror, she's been like basically right on my tail. And she's constantly looking at her phone. So like sometimes she's on the shoulder, sometimes she's back. It's pretty crazy.
Listener 207 says, since I woke up late, were the lights at Lenny's still out?
You know what? I didn't even look. I didn't look. I'll have to go back and see. It might be on the. I mean, we might have to go back and look at the replay because I didn't look. I got there. We pulled in. I'll tell you why I didn't look, and this is kind of crazy. But when we pulled in to the parking lot, one of the employees was getting let out of their. Somebody drives them to work, so they were getting out of the car and they were going in. So I kind of noticed that, and then I looked to see whether or not he was going to leave the paper in the door so that it would leave the door open. So that was in my head when we got there. And then when I loaded up the rack, when I was unloading the delivery, the bread guy shows up. So then I was like, all right, I got to try to do this as quickly as I can because he was waiting to pull in the spot where I was parked. So I didn't even look today. But I bet you you might be able to tell on the replay. It's just like a sporting event. We're gonna have to check the replay. That is funny. I gotta make a note to myself. When I get home, I'm gonna have to look at that. I think it was dark enough that it would have been on. Yesterday, they got there later in the day, like a half an hour, maybe 45 minutes later than we normally would be there, and the light wasn't on. Like it wasn't turned on, so you couldn't tell. We got to catch up on this thing. I might have to drive by there in the middle of the night sometime if we can't get. That reminds me too, I got to put a list together of the guesses. I don't think Crystal's going to be there today. I don't think she works on weekends. Yeah, it's not her. Some guy. Some guy's in there. All right, 353. 43. 43. And then another 5. 43. 37. We're going to pay 337, I think, for this gas today. That's pretty crazy. That is the lowest I've paid, I think, for at least 5 or 6 months. Well, 4, maybe. All right, let's see what happens. BJ. Much. Garden. Remove your card. Do not remove your card. Now remove your card. 38. I think I said 37. It's 38. 338 is what we're paying for gas. Let me go get it. I'll bring you over to get a shot of that. Here we go. Let's get a picture of this. Gas price, $3.38. Not bad. I don't know what we're going to total. What do you think the total will be? We were at about a quarter of a tank. So we might as well wait and see what happens. Everybody was looking at it. See, there he is. And there he is again. Wonder what we're going to hit price-wise. Total charge. I'm going to say 34. My guess is $34. Anybody have a guess? I should see your chat. Of course, you really don't have anything to go on. Last time we came, it was $40. But I think we were also a little emptier than we are now. Here we go. Get close, get close. Yeah. Oh. 30. Well, we lost 37. Oh, well. All right, so that's not bad. 338. Put this over here. Finish this up. Your receipt, yes. Last time I was here, it didn't print my receipt. I gotta remember. Put that on my list. Okay, we got that. All right, now let me turn the phone back on. Oh, well, wait a minute. I gotta wait till we get out of here. Can't do that yet. And I didn't hear her talk when you said that, so we know the phone that carries, protects the speech, has to connect. That should happen by the time we get up here. I'm just going to go ahead and stick with this phone if it's connected. Like it is. Or maybe that is. Please reconnect manually. All right, let's try it. Connected. I think so. Is Crystal there? No, Crystal is not there today. Did you bring a cookie? I didn't bring a cookie. I don't think she works on the weekends. So I didn't bring a cookie. And it was some weekend. Yeah, it was some guys back in there. Probably that guy that I remember that one time when he was like talking to somebody at the bar I wanted to go to. Still not over that. All right, here we go. So I think now that I turned her back on, although why didn't, oh, that phone isn't set up to read messages like that. All right, so we got gas. We made 2 big deliveries, and we're heading back to the bakery. Donna is making coffee. Suzanne is enjoying her cool air with her cat. And that's about where we are. Janet, what are you doing? Are you making breakfast? Are you the only one that's up?
Net says I slept in. I missed all deliveries.
You did. You did. Well, Lenny, you didn't miss anything at Lenny's. And we didn't. I just realized Suzanne pointed out that.
Net says yes. Everyone is still sleeping.
Oh my goodness. But I was kind of rushed a little bit at Lenny's. I was distracted and rushed slightly at Lenny's because when I was there, the big guy pulled up while I was making that delivery. So I wanted to try to get out of that parking spot. He was waiting for me to move the van. I mean, in a nice way. He waved. He wasn't upset about it, but I didn't want to make him wait very long. So I didn't take the camera out and do all that stuff. I just threw those eclairs on the tray and ran it in. So that was kind of a quickie. It was so fast that we look at the sign. So I'm going to have to go back and look at the replay to determine whether the sign was fixed or not. I'm guessing it wasn't, but you never. We didn't see it. Was it yesterday? We didn't see it yesterday because we were getting there later than normal, and the whole sign was off. Like they had it turned off because it was sunlight. So I think we'll see it on the.
207 says getting ready to start a sourdough starter today. Got a new recipe to try. Hopefully this will be successful.
Oh, that's cool.
Donaku 594 says, are you going to do more walking videos?
I think so. I think I'll go. I think I will probably go back downtown because when I was walking around downtown and some other spots, I've thought about walking through Reisterstown. I mean, Reisterstown, even just walking through the main street of Reisterstown or Hampstead. But Reisterstown has some little interesting antique. There are a lot of antique shops in Reisterstown, which I mean, I'm not really an antique person. I mean, I am becoming an antique person, but I'm not into antiques. That makes sense. So, but there are a lot of shops along the main street that are into that. So yeah, I think I think I plan on doing that. The walking seemed to work out pretty good. And I like the gimbal works well, makes it easier. You can just kind of like walk along and keep the camera steady with one hand.
Listener 207 says yes, that was cool. My dad took me there once.
To downtown. See, there were, like, when I was walking around downtown, I was thinking, well, we could walk over to Camden Yards and look at the stadiums, or we could walk up Charles Street and look at, like, where the Museum of Art is and all that stuff, or we could go over to Fells Point. So there's a lot of little different areas we could walk through around downtown. There are parks. There's actually a park over there by you, where you are now, Janet. That one, what's it called? There's like a lake there, and there's a walk. I almost went there during the cherry blossom time because they said there were a lot of cherry blossom trees around that lake. It's right there. It's like you could walk there from where you are. I'm trying to think of what it's called. But so yeah, I think that would be fun. Gettysburg, go up to Gettysburg, see some stuff. And like when I was downtown in Baltimore, I didn't have, I didn't have to worry about Starlink and all that stuff. It just had, you just had to be somewhere. I actually, nobody laugh. Although if you do laugh, I won't know, so it doesn't really matter. You can laugh if you want because I won't know. But I bought this thing that's like a little cart, like a very low to the ground, almost like the size of something you would pull behind you with luggage on it, but it's flat. So it's, it doesn't tilt. It's a flat thing, pretty small. And I'm thinking I could pull that behind. It has pretty nice sized wheels on it, right? So if I was somewhere where I didn't think I was going to have a cell phone connection, I could pull this little cart behind me. I could have this little cart behind me with the Starlink on it, and I could be my own little mobile internet connection. I actually think I might end up doing that sometime. I wasn't going to mention it, but I just thought of it with the walk-alongs. So if I went somewhere and I thought there was no way that I would have a good cell phone connection, I could still have a very good, stable live stream if I took the Starlink with me, and with this thing that I bought the other day, I could pull this behind me and the Starlink, because you can't put it doesn't work if you put the Starlink in your backpack. There's no way you could put the Starlink on your head. I mean, somebody will probably come up with something to do that, but that's not going to work. So I think this would work as long as I was walking in an open area. Like this would be perfect for Ocean City. Like I could pull this behind me on the boardwalk. So yeah, I mean, just to indicate how I am kind of definitely thinking about walks and thinking about how I could go someplace where even if I didn't have a good connection. And Baltimore, I think I had a pretty good connection most of the time, although it died completely at the end. But that's the hardest thing. The hardest thing is keeping a good, reliable, decent connection that shows you a decent picture. I'll have to show you guys this thing that I bought. It's pretty comical. I mean, now that I've mentioned it. I needed something that was flat, fairly small, decent sized wheels, and I wanted to be able to like.
594 says sounds functional, but you will lose the cool factor.
I will lose the cool factor for sure. Yeah. Although any other technology geeky people, I'll definitely get it. It'll be appealing to them if they saw me dragging this Starlink behind me. I don't know. I'm not sure. I mean, I am definitely going to try it, but I'm going to look like an idiot, I think. That's okay. I'm just not sure how I'm going to pull it behind myself. I'm not sure whether I'm going to like, because it has like a handle that sticks up, and you can angle the handle. So I could pull it with one hand, but I really wanted to have one hand free. So I'd be holding the gimbal with one hand.
594 says harness.
That's what I was thinking of. Like get something that would attach, so I would still have a free hand. I think it's doable. I mean, I looked at all different types, and this one seems to be the closest I could get without building something myself, and I'm not going to do that. I want to see if it works first. Now, it's not like four-wheel type action. Like, I don't think it would work in the beach, in the sand, I mean, on the beach in the sand. But I think it would run across a relatively decent flat surface. Yeah, I definitely would lose the cool factor. Well, you know, when you're carrying, it's pretty interesting, the reactions you get from people when you're using a gimbal. You know, you kind of get that. Oh, who's this? Who does he think he is? You get a little bit of that.
Who 594 says little kids will like it.
Yeah, that's true. Little kids would like it. You're right. I was thinking, like, if I was somewhere like at the beach or somewhere where there would be a decent number of people around, I was thinking I could, like, just to be prepared, I could make up, because you could set up a temporary kind of like password for it, because it's like connecting to a Wi-Fi. I mean, that's what they're doing. So I was thinking, in case somebody comes up and goes, "Oh, that's really cool. How does that work?" I'd be like, "Well, pull out your phone and connect to it. It'll be just like you're on the internet." All right, here we go. Of course, I don't really want to do that, but the thought crossed my mind. All right, here we are. Boom, 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 boom. All right, look, I'm going to sip the last coffee, and it's still hot. Oh, Janet, tell Kate that now I'm using the Yeti that she bought me. So right now I'm sitting in the van and I have speaker that Rosie talks on and the thermos that I use to drink my coffee are both gifts provided by Kate. You can let her know when she wakes up. All right. Yeah, that's it for the day. Let me get this to her. There we go.
Who 594
All right.
says thanks, Craig.
All
Have a
right.
great day, all.
Yeah, I hope you all have a good
Susaner
day.
207 says have a great day, everyone. See ya tomorrow.
All right. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate you watching. We'll be back tomorrow tomorrow's Sunday. So to remember, tomorrow's 6 o'clock. Tomorrow's 6 o'clock. All right. Talk to you later. Have a good day. Enjoy the sun. Stay cool.